Very cool.
Travis started talking about that particular day with a laugh, recalling how he and Taylor managed to slip away for a quiet lunch in the city. No fanfare, just the two of them, and the hum of a Manhattan afternoon. He said Taylor was the one who found the French restaurant, the kind of hidden gem with tall windows and sunlight spilling across white tablecloths, and she'd picked it because she loved the way the light makes everything soft, even the noise outside. Travis grinned as he recounted how, for the first time in a long time, they were able to sit without interruptions, order a bottle of white wine, and just talk, really talk, about everything they don't usually have time for. Jason, listening, shook his head and teased, "I've never seen you like this, man. You look like you're on your first date, awkward and nervous." Travis laughed, admitting that, even though he doesn't usually get nervous, there's something about Taylor that makes him feel like a high school kid again. He described her outfit that day, how she wore a simple white shirt, her hair pulled back, and how her face lit up every time she started talking about her new song. The way she'd get excited and lean in, her hand on her chest, telling stories about her travels and the process of writing. When Jason asked if it was some kind of anniversary or special day, Travis only smiled and said that, honestly, every time he gets to spend a few hours with her feels like a special occasion, no matter what the calendar says, and that he's grateful for every minute. He revealed that the staff at the restaurant kept things low-key, that they let Taylor and Travis have their privacy, and that it was only after they left that a fan's photo started making the rounds online, showing Taylor sitting across from him with that soft light behind her, both of them caught in a moment where nothing else seemed to matter. Jason broke into one of his classic over-the-top reactions, shouting, "Oh my God, man, you're gone. You are absolutely gone," which made Travis laugh and duck his head, blushing. He admitted that he's never been one to gush about his personal life, but there's something about Taylor that makes him want to talk, to share, because she's just that special to him. The brothers kept the story going, with Jason ribbing Travis about how he's going to have to start a diary, maybe get Audible to sponsor Swift and Kelce date diaries. And Travis just grinned and winked at the camera. Make people feel good or help them show more love, he's all for it. The podcast comments and Twitter blew up after the episode. Fans saying they'd never heard Travis so happy, so open, and that the way he talks about Taylor sounds like someone describing their dream. Some listeners posted, "Travis talks about Taylor like she's both the sun and the moon," while others said, "I love that he cherishes every little moment with her." The podcast had always been a place for Travis and Jason to clown around about football and life, but this episode felt different, more honest, more real, with Travis showing a side of himself that fans don't always get to see. Jason kept making jokes about how Travis has changed, how he's soft now, how he's probably going to start writing poetry, and Travis just shrugged, saying he's never cared what people think, but he does care about how Taylor makes him feel. He shared that the best part of the lunch wasn't even the food or the setting, but just having a couple of hours where they weren't Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, but just two people, no cameras, no headlines, just stories and laughter, and little glances across the table. Jason said, "You better enjoy it, man, because not everyone gets that," and Travis agreed, saying he knows how lucky he is, that he doesn't take it for granted, and that he hopes they get many more days like that one. Travis went on to talk about how their schedules are always packed, how it's hard to find time, but that Taylor always makes the effort, always finds a way to make the ordinary feel special, and that it's the little things like sharing fries, or laughing about a silly song, or seeing who can guess the next song on the restaurant playlist that mean the most. He admitted that he's not usually a romantic, but that being with Taylor brings out that side of him, makes him want to plan surprises and do things just to make her smile. Jason rolled his eyes and joked, "Man, you're hopeless. I give you another month before you're writing love songs." Travis laughed and said he'd leave the songwriting to Taylor, but he's not above leaving little notes or planning a date night just because. He talked about how Taylor's energy is infectious, how she makes everyone around her feel lighter, and how even in the middle of a busy week, she can make him forget about everything else for a while. When Jason asked if there were any awkward moments, Travis said that the only awkward part was when a couple of fans recognized Taylor as they were leaving, but she handled it with her usual grace, stopping to say hi, take a photo, and thank the staff for a great meal. Travis said that's one of the things he admires most. How she's always kind, always genuine, never acts like she's too big for anyone. Jason made another joke about needing to double date with their wives, and Travis said they'd have to plan something soon, maybe a game night or a cookout, because Taylor loves trying new things and is always up for a challenge. He mentioned that Taylor is surprisingly competitive, whether it's board games or trivia, and that she's got a sharp sense of humor that keeps him on his toes. They moved on to talk about Travis's appearance on Saturday Night Live, with Jason asking what it was like working with the writers and performing live. Travis admitted that the table read was intimidating, that he's never been the strongest reader, and that it was nerve-wracking trying to keep up with all the professionals in the room. He said it's always been a challenge for him, that he sometimes struggles with reading in front of others, and that he felt a little out of his depth. Jason jumped in to say he's proud of Travis for being honest about it, and Travis shrugged, saying there's no point hiding it, that everyone's got something they're working on. He talked about how Taylor has been supportive, how she encourages him to work on his strengths but also to ask for help when he needs it, and that he's actually started meeting with a tutor to help build his confidence, not just for football or the podcast, but for life after sports. He said that Taylor's love of words and writing has inspired him, and that he wants to be able to keep up, to share in that part of her world. Jason teased that maybe Travis will write a book someday, The Kelce Way, Love, Football, and French Restaurants. And Travis laughed, saying, "You never know." Travis took a moment to thank the fans who've supported him, not just on the field, but in all the ups and downs. And he said he feels lucky to have so many people rooting for him, for Taylor, for the things they're building together. He said he knows there will always be rumors, always people speculating about their relationship, but that what matters most is how they feel when they're together, the quiet moments, the real conversations, the way they make each other better. Jason said, "That's all anyone can ask for, man." And Travis agreed, saying he just wants to keep growing, keep learning, and keep making Taylor proud. Before moving on, Jason reminded everyone to subscribe if they want more behind-the-scenes stories, and Travis echoed him, saying, "Hit that subscribe so you don't miss anything real." They wrapped up the story by talking about what's next, with Travis saying he's focused on football, on getting ready for the season, but also making sure to carve out time for the people he cares about. He said he's excited for what's ahead, both on and off the field, and grateful for the journey so far. Jason closed the podcast by saying he hopes everyone finds someone who makes them as happy as Taylor makes Travis. And Travis just smiled, looking a little shy, but clearly happier than ever. As the outro music played, the brothers joked about planning their next double date, about maybe recording a special episode in New York, and about how sometimes the best stories aren't the ones you plan, but the ones you get when you least expect it. Travis promised more stories soon, and Jason told everyone listening to keep spreading the love, and to always look for the magic in the everyday moments, because those are the ones you remember. Travis said he's looking forward to the next adventure, wherever it takes them, and that he's grateful for every day, every laugh, every shared story. The episode ended with a final reminder to subscribe, short and sweet, so nobody misses what comes next.